We're gonna line up. Boots on the line. Okay. Oh, you see your friends behind us? All right, we're turning around. We're going the other way. Line up on the line. Good job. Okay, so I always try to get them facing away from the other kids because it's super distracting, especially in the beginning. I do that line every single time, and I get a little drill sergeant with it, and I think it sets the tone for the whole training. I do a lot of eye contact with them in this session, and it's kind of our time to like lock in with each other. The beginning's always hard because they're not like ready for this kind of like structure, but it's a good way to set the tone for the rest of training. Okay, grab your poles, plant them, just jump up and down. So jumping is, this is something that Cedar brought to me. Just jumping up and down is really great to get them in the front of their boots and get them centered. So in the very beginning, we're just jumping, and I'm looking and seeing like what everyone's boots are doing. I'm looking to see that they're in the front of their boots. Okay, now, lock in. And now we're not in skis, okay? We're just, okay, Calder. So he doesn't have any upper body separation, right? So when I'm seeing this, I do some of this. Okay, look straight at me, eyes in my eyes. Lock it, Calder. Keep it tight. Look at me. Good, so we do a ton with eye contact. Then I do 1 foot with them. Usually we progress up to that. So first is jumping, then it's just that in boots. Then I'll do 1 foot, which is hard for them and me. Then we'll do the other foot. Then we do this. And talk to them about keeping their shoulders straight and lots of eye contact again. Calder, look at me. Keep your pull straight with my pull. Good. Good. Then the next progression, then what I do next is I have them lead each other. So this is maybe like a month and a half in, and they get way into it and pretend like they're me and act like a drill sergeant, and they'll do the line and everyone will get on, and that's great because then they're coaching each other. Like they're looking for the things that I've been asking them to do. And we do it on our mountain days at the top of the gondola. And honestly, I had first year U10s, and we maybe at the very end of the season did this with skis on. So it was all this in boots every day. We were doing, I think we did sets of 10, work up. Then we did it on a pitch in our boots to try to get them to like get used to doing it on incline. And then at the very end, we tried it with skis on. And it is never pretty. Have any of you done it with other kids? You probably do, yeah.
We tried it, but they've also.
Yeah. What's that?
They don't tend to have enough strength to get good air.
Yeah.
They try.
Yeah. But I do reference hop turns a lot when we're in steeps. Like I tell them, do hop turns, and they can recall and like think about it when we're in steeps and they're uncomfortable. Anything else anybody thinks I should add about it?
The pole plant timing,
Yeah.
and then sometimes just stepping back and forth I'll do, but we could add that.
What do you mean by stepping back?
And I don't go straight to jumping. I'll do
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
I'll lock the poles in and just
That's
step
good.
first before.
that's good. And sometimes if I think they're leaning too much on their poles, we ditch the poles and just do it with our hands out.
But then the jumping and turning and pole plant down the hill is very hard for them to
Yeah.
learn which pole to touch.
Yes,
But that's like as important as any of it, that timing.
yes.
So you could demonstrate that.
No, I don't know how to do it. Calder's doing.
Calder's seen a lot of this. I mean, that he does. He knows what it looks like.
So, I had a first year U10 group at some point in my life, and we didn't have this progression, and I just made them start doing it in skis. It was not pretty, but it did work too,
Yeah,
for some kids.
yeah. So my routine is I do that immediately with them. Either it just depending on the flow at the top of the chairlift at Hellison is a good place.
Yeah.
But if we're waiting for the lines to die down, we will do it at the base. Then we go immediately into one ski, and I just tell them, because Cedar tells us we have to, and he's my boss.
No wonder they're all scared of me.
And that's like a good flow to start out Hellison nights with. Because, I don't know, it sort of disciplines them, in my opinion, because they're just crazy, so.
The other thing I like to do is I'd have like, okay, everybody, I want you to do 10 hop turns before your ski run. They had to like earn their ski run.
Yeah.
And it could be in boots at the top of every chairlift. And most of the time I'm coming up last. And by the time I get off, they're done with them. And if I don't trust that they did it, I'll have them demo 1 or 2. And then by the end of if they're second years and they're in skis, they can do 10 in skis.
Yeah.
So just kind of make a ritual of it, and they'll just kind of like crank them out so they can go ski.
Yeah.
And it makes it this little mini routine that they just get through real quick.
You have to do it in boots at the top of each run, or do you have them
It depends on where they are in the progression. Most U10s don't benefit from being in skis because you'll do the real bend over hop turn called there. Yeah, they'll do it with like, they'll lunge their upper body. So, I mean, if all we're doing is in ski boots and all you're learning is to just jump up and down from your knees and ankles and in ski boots and then get that pole touch timing, if we could instill all U10s with that, that's about all we'd need to do. And then you could take that to like this pivot slip with a pole plant and not necessarily make these tiny little kids jump with their gear off the ground that aren't strong enough. That's like, but that gives them pole plant timing, upper body separation, front of the boot, the jumping from knees and ankles. All those things are so critical in skiing. But that is awesome. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Nice job.
They